What's good, YouTube? How you guys doing today? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I hope my audio and everything is good. I should have checked it all out beforehand, but you know what? Sometimes things just happen. And you forget right before you do something, and then you go do something. You're like, oh, I should have done it that. And then you're too lazy to go and actually go check, and you just wing it. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about a couple things. I was going to make a video on it, like just a separate video, just explaining everything it is I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to queue up. But there's a couple there's a couple things I wanted to go over, and I tried to explain it to my teammates. I should call them teammates, but they're homies. They're my friends. We just happen to be teammates. Like I say, like how many times? Someone put a counter up, and how many times I say, But the things I wanted to talk about are Rocket League related, obviously. And I just said I was going to make a completely separate video just on this with a different type of format instead of actual playing a game like this. As you see, I was going to do more of a strategic like examples type deal, like a cut and commentary of what I want to talk about. But there's so many YouTube videos out there on exactly what I want to say, and I just feel some people don't necessarily grasp what it is, the concept of it is. I do this every time just to make sure my game's not lagging. But there's three main points to what I want to get to. One, rotations. Two, being callouts. And three, being spacing. Push for that. So, nice shot. So, I'm just going to go quick on what each one means. Rotations, obviously you rotate back towards net. There's an efficient way of rotating, okay? Callouts, there's an efficient way of making callouts. And spacing, there's a sufficient spacing that roughly all players on one single team should have in relation to their opponents as well as their teammates. Now, callouts. Callouts are difficult. I'll start off with the easy one right now. Callouts are difficult for solo queuing. Obviously, the best type of callouts you can do is I got it and all yours. So they're sort of difficult, but not too extremely difficult. Could have gotten that, but see, my teammate's not doing what the one thing. Are you kidding me? All right, well, we're off to a great start. Callouts. So when you're with your teammates, you obviously want to call out what it is you're going for and what you can and cannot hit based on your boost percentage, as well as your angle, your positioning. So you don't want to make your team believe you have the ball by not making a call out. If I'm rotating back, like I'm rotating poorly right now. And that was an extremely poor rotation. I can't even speak half the time. More than half the time playing this game. I don't think anyone can speak while playing this game. Unless it's comms. You don't want to call out a shot that you don't have. And you don't want to push a ball that a teammate has called out already. So, for an example, I can't even do an example of callouts. That's what I wasn't going to do, because we don't have anybody to throw an example out there. But the best way I can explain it is if you're going back towards net, instead of hitting the ball right away, listen for your teammates' vehicles, listen for a call out to see if anybody is coming up with you, or if anyone is pushing the ball. That will give you an instant indicator of if your teammate has it, if you should hit it or not. Solo queuing's difficult, like I said. That's going to be his ball. I'm not going to go for it. I have to hit this. Just because of positioning, where I was and where my teammates were. They should have rotated out. Actually, the one guy should have rotated out. He shouldn't have gone up for it, but it is what it is. So, I'm done with callouts. Callouts I can explain, or you can watch a video of mine where me and my teammates are actually performing proper callouts to one another. Rotations. This is going to be one of the more difficult ones to explain, especially while playing. You want to rotate as efficient as possible. Obviously, knowing rotations is completely different than executing a rotation. So, in a general rotation, you want to make a triangle with your teammates. You want to have 2 people up and 1 person back. So you want a triangle formation. And most commonly, that's the passer, striker, and garbage man. The man taking the ball and putting it back in possession. That guy has poor rotations. You saw I was in net there. I was the next person to push out, but he decided to get antsy and push out before me. And when I say rotations, I'm not generally talking just strictly offensive rotations. My team, we have a difficult time with defensive rotations. So when you're on a defensive push and you're trying to clear the ball, say I have 1 teammate, so player 1 is in the left corner, okay? You want player 2 to be whoever that is, to be relatively where I am right now. So where that guy is to where I am is relatively a good distance to have between your teammates on a rotational push out from defense to offense. The third person is going to be sitting in net. And in this example right here, you really don't want your teammate who's sitting in net to come out for the ball until it's completely cleared, or until the guy with the ball clearing it is able to push it out. If the guy who's clearing it isn't able to push it out, the guy in net would be the next man to rotate in to go push it out. That's if it's a risky shot, like it's a goal, it's like a shot on net, or there's nobody around to hit it, and it could potentially be a shot on net. You don't want the goalie to just come out of net just for shits and giggles. Obviously, there's a proper way to play goalie for the most optimal positioning and optimal hits to get on the ball. So that's all individual skill at that point. But when it comes to teammates and actual positioning, you want to be able to perform at your best. Even if you're not a good striker, you want to make sure that you're playing your defensive roles and you're passing, so you're clearing or passing roles as well as you possibly can. In certain situations, yeah, it's difficult to read what your teammates are doing, which for the most part, you want to keep good distance from them, which goes into the next point of spacing. But I'm going to finish up rotations first. Probably going to lose this game. Like the rotations right there. That man hit the ball. I was the next person to hit it, and my teammate went back to the net. I hit the ball there. I'm going back. I have no boost to contest that. I don't want to be in the way of my teammates and risk 50 it with my own teammates or hitting it when I shouldn't hit it. So this is a risky push. My teammates are behind me, which means I can push out with no problemo without it being too risky. But I'm staying far back. My teammate went back there. Now I'm coming forwards. This is a defensive to offensive push. I missed the ball. My teammates got it. And my controller just switched to player 2 again. Alright, we're good. Back on player 1. I don't know what the heck that was about. Of course he missed it. Going from offense to defense, going back on the ball, you want to make sure. Wow. You want to make sure, for the most part, you rotate on the opposite side of the ball. So in free play, I'm just going to show you really quick because it's the best example. If the ball is going towards our net over that in this direction over here, instead of me rotating this way, I want to cut across the opposite side of the field, which gives me the best visual of what's going to go on in the field. Not necessarily that wide of a rotation, but I want to rotate on this side of the field so I can see what's going on for where the ball's trajectory should go, and just in general how the ball should lie up the field if not contested by the opponent and contested by my own teammates. It gets to be sometimes difficult if, say, the ball is rotating back, this ball's going this way towards the field and I'm rotating this way, and my teammates are coming in from the opposite side. They're going to be seeing me come in, and now they've got a question in solo queuing: is my teammate going to hit it, or is my teammate not going to hit it? Are they going to just, touch the ball oh so slightly? Should I push it? Like, it starts to question and makes your own teammates hesitate without them even realizing that they're hesitating. It's just a poor rotation to go back same side ball. You always want to rotate out towards opposite ball side. Unless the ball is behind you. I mean, if the ball's got some good distance behind you, you can rotate on ball side. But see how I rotated wide? It gives me the ability to read the ball, how it's going to play out, and enough time to get to it and save it for nothing. I know I'm rambling on, but if you just listen and pay attention and understand to what it is I'm saying, I guarantee you'll be able to understand it. There's videos out there. I just want to make a video on it myself. What else is there about rotations? Am I missing anything about rotations? I just backflipped. See, that was the situation. Like, I backflipped, but even here, my teammate shouldn't have touched it. I was right there, but because I backflipped, good thing he did touch it. And there's certain situations, like even with my friends and stuff like that, they'll see me back there going for the save, or we'll see each other going back there for the save, so we won't go up and contest the ball that could be saved by someone outfield. We'll just let it go back to let them get the best save/clear as possible. Things are going to happen. Someone's going to backflip. Someone's going to miss it. Things just generally happen, and you can't beat yourself up over just player mistakes. What you can beat yourself up over is your own mistakes that affect your play style, in a sense. I don't know how to explain that, but that's not part of this video. Just talking about rotations right now. Probably confusing a bunch of people. People are getting mad when I shot. People are getting upset, pissed off with me because I'm confusing the absolute hell out of them. I'm done with rotations. You guys can go look it up. Last thing I'm going to talk about is spacing, and then next game you're not going to have to hear me talk about this nonsense. Spacing. I know I talked about it roughly, and I just kept on calling it distance. You want to give yourself enough space between you and your teammates. You don't want to put yourself in the position where I am too close to my teammates and they hit the ball directly into me and it's a bad clear, or they just distance in general. Like, I'm not even going to give you examples of bad situations because I don't really have any off the top of my head. Obviously, there's a bunch of bad situations. Like, I could have saved net there, but I had no boost, and I had faith in my team. They were going to be able to save this, but it just didn't happen. You want to stay relatively far away from your teammates. You probably saw it already a bunch of times in my game. Like I'm keeping good distance away from my teammates right now, because if this ball comes over here, I got it. My teammates are keeping pressure up over there. I'm keeping pressure up over where I am. My teammate's over there on the wall. I'm gonna stay over here on this side because my other teammate's over there. My other teammate dipped out, but he's coming back in. I checked to see where he was first before I rotated back in. I'm gonna miss that ball. My teammate's gonna have it. That's all right. This guy's pushing up. I noticed that, so instead of going for it, I try to get it clear off the wall, and I just completely missed it. But my teammate's in net here, and this is the defensive portion I was saying. He's going to go out for it because it was risky. I went back to the net, and my teammate that originally was clearing it played that right and went out with him to leave me back to sort of defend. That right there, that's bad spacing. That's just bad spacing right there. That was just bad spaces by my teammates. This is risky. I'm gonna push this. My teammate's probably gonna push me too soon. I tried to get a touch. See, the ball's behind me. I can rotate back ball side. I'm keeping good distance between my teammates so that I'm not close, because if the ball gets hit and they're out of position, if I'm too close, I'm out of position. So that is the reason for, one of the reasons for spacing. If you're too close to your teammates and they're out of position, then you're out of position. I'm going to stop blabbing about it. I'm going to put it down in the description below, just a quick splurge of what it is I'm trying to explain. And hopefully that helps a little bit. I know some people are going to watch this and be like, motherfucker, you were all over the damn place. Yeah, I know. It's hard to talk and explain things without a visual representation. If you're trying to talk something, say something off the dome, when you have a visual, when you can visualize it in your goddamn brain, and you don't have it right in front of you to actually show people, it's hard to explain when you're talking and trying to explain that situation. Yeah, I know. I'm just a quack. What is going on? My controller, yet again. I think I gotta update my drivers, man. It keeps shutting off. If you guys want like a real example, I mean, I could pretty much do it and explain what it is I'm doing if you guys want me to, instead of going to a game and just talking, or going to a video and just talking about random stuff. I can do a actual play-by-play of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. A good person that does that very often, and obviously is a pro, is Rizzo. He does a lot, and even Sizz does it, but Sizz does it more in ones. He tries to explain it, but then yet he also chases the ball too, so it's not a great example. Not saying anything bad about Sizz. I'm just saying in general, you don't want to be chasing the ball. But Rizzo, he's a very good example for the whole play-by-play. Like, he literally gives you a full play-by-play of what he's doing and why he's doing it, just about every game, which I think is great. And it's good to learn too. You watch a pro play, you see all the things that they're making, and you see how little amount of mistakes that they make. Nice shot. Trust me, I'm the last person y'all should listen to. Take my advice with a grain of salt. I'm just trying to tell you a couple things that I've learned that have helped me improve as an individual player and helped me become the very best I possibly can be. Not the very best, because obviously there's room for improvement. Totally. 110% room for improvement. I am garbage compared to some of the players out there. I can't even get into the damn champ. but I feel of my skill level that I am a Champ 1, low Champ 2 player. I've developed. I've matured in this game. I don't know. Getting toxic there. I'm done talking about this stuff. I'm just gonna give you guys a play-by-play next game and talk to y'all. A little talk and play-by-play. I'm nuts. Okay, that queue took way too long. Been sitting here for like 2 minutes now. Alright, let's go. Hopefully my controller doesn't go stupid again. So tell me how you guys are doing. I know it's probably extremely late in the video. People have already left because I confused the absolute hell out of them. Probably not even going to title this like proper rotations or anything. No teammates upfield. That's alright. I didn't expect them to be everywhere. That guy screwed up. That guy should have been pushing. The ball. That's why I didn't rush up. My teammate should have this. He should be up for it. Nice. Not pushing up. It's a clear out. I got that. Bounce off Walker's blown. My teammate should be pushing. My other teammate should not be over where I am, and he should have not turned right there. He should have went back towards net. Now it puts me in an awkward position. I'm not going to push that. It's going to get clear. My teammate should be over here. And he's not. And he just isn't. Touch this. Find some time. Teammate should have that. Good. Definitely should have it upfield. No. Where's my other teammate? He's way up. Touch that. Maybe continue up the other, please. Ah! So how you guys doing? How y'all doing? How's everything? Are you guys having a wonderful day? Are you guys, what's your plans? It's Monday. What are you guys doing? I mean, Monday? By the time this video gets out there, it'll probably be Tuesday. But it's Monday. How you guys doing? Anything special? You guys do anything special for the weekend? I'm asking like one viewer if he did anything special this weekend. That's how sad my life is. Nice shot, dude. Let's go. Let's win this. Let's take this bacon. Let's take this money. Let's get it. Let's get this money. The dollar signs, the dollar bills. So him to go for it. He's gonna go for it. Grip boost. They're too close to one another. Back one guy. Dominus should be going back, and he didn't. So you know what? There we go. That's what happens. I noticed it. I didn't execute it the way I should have done it. I should have stayed, but you know what? I gotta punish him a little bit. He should have been the one rotating back to net, and he didn't. Perfect example. Perfect freaking example. Nice shot, dude. You're welcome. Oh. Yeah, guy in the Dominus, he's not, I've noticed it. You paid attention from the very beginning. He's not rotating necessarily as best as he can. I give this a shit. That was just a cluster. This is what he saw. I saw black smoke. Pretty sure if I just like jumped up into the ball, I would have been able to get it. That's what I don't understand. If you watch that back, that kid could have been... No, not your ball, dude. Not your ball, dude. Touch. He got shot. He's on fire. Actually, that's the kid who... This kid who fucked up. That's a good shot. I'll give it to him. Stopping there and doing that is something unexpected. You wouldn't normally expect that. So Not saying he didn't have a nice shot. I'm just saying the team was not prepared for something to happen like that, because it's not something that would normally happen. Just sat there and waited. Most people would have either rotated out or done something differently. Rotating out back opposite ball side, which gives me time to get back and see how the play is happening. And that's a shot. Money dollars. Money dollars. I'm happy I didn't rotate all the way out there. I turned around and came back. That's like one of the very few exceptions, is if you know you have something. Like if it's 110% all yours, there's no risk involved. I mean, there was risk involved there, but it was more reward than it was risk. Alright. Only up by 2. We still got a decent amount of time left, so not going to count this one out. It's not over. We could still lose, but maybe we're not. Like, that's a good kickball. And one thing I've also oh, you suck. Being annoying. One thing I've also noticed, not recently, but I've known this for a while. There is no kickoff that is bad. Every kickoff is calculated specifically for that play. Teammate should be back. Should really save that. Gives me time to get back. Nobody's back, so I gotta put some type of pressure on it. I got no boost. I gotta turn back around, because this ball could come back very easily. Yep, just like that. Teammate should be up for it. I don't know what he's waiting for. He's just putting me in awkward position. That is just bad playing. That's just not bad playing, but that's just bad situation. He should have been quicker to that. And that's another thing too I noticed with some people, is they don't realize, yeah, you can hit the ball before it hits the wall. You know that, right? You can hit the ball before it hits the wall. It can hit the wall and you can catch it off the wall, not necessarily hitting it, not necessarily hitting it into the wall, but you can hit it, once it bounces off the wall, have it come hit you and go back into the wall, gain possession of it, slow the ball down. Oh my god. That was just bad spacing. They were way too close to one another. No one thought about it, or saw it, but me probably, and maybe one other person. This guy's in his own little world. What are you doing, dude? Now this is when I get frustrated. Like, some people are like, oh, you just bitch and bitch and bitch. No, I bitch because sometimes these people are just half a retard or fully. Now, let the ball drop. Let's go into OT. This is just risking it now. Because next thing you know, it's going to be a fire shot right into our net. Why? Some things I don't understand why people do it. Rotate. You went for it, you should have just rotated. You know what you did? You completely missed. You completely missed and put yourself, like, way out of position. I can't push this yet because they're both up there. He's going to continue keeping pressure on the ball. And he rotated back ball side, which gave me the impression that because he has been, he's going to continue hitting the ball. and I couldn't get an optimal hit on it, or any hit on it, I should say. Like, I'm not meaning this to make it like this last game just a me bitching, but this guy didn't get that out far enough. It's just the truth. Like, you gotta rotate properly. You gotta properly space yourself. As you can see, there's so many mistakes. This game alone, based off of bad positioning, bad rotations, bad pressure. Like, hit the damn ball. Oh, I threw it, but I don't care. Fuck. All right, I'm ashamed to put this spat up on YouTube, but I need to put it up there. I need you guys to see and understand what it is I'm talking about. Just watch that last game and you see everything just fall apart. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you got something out of it. I'm sorry I got upset there in the last game in the overtime, but that's it for me, guys. As always, stay